First years. Here's how we do the visual analysis then. So, as I've said to you in class, you need to create a visual analysis, which can be an essay, a screencast, or any other appropriate medium, whether that be vlogs intercut with clips, whether that be a voiceover using something like Camtasia as a screencast, whether that be an old-fashioned essay. I don't mind. It could be a series of posts on your Google sites that cover these 4 headings. I don't mind. This is just a template to give you an overview of my expectations. I haven't got to follow it strictly. I'm keeping open. So, here's what you need to do. For the first part, show an understanding of critical perspectives. Now, you're being taught about different critical perspectives in lectures at the moment. So you'll see here where it says critical perspectives, I've put a little 1 at the end there. That's called a footnote. So a footnote is something in academic writing where you sort of say a bit more about the sentence it relates to. So you'll see there, that's actually created a new footnote, me doing that just there. Quite useful in academic writing. We'll do more of that in the second year, but there's an opportune moment to mention it. Critical perspectives then. So you're being taught about this at the moment. Lighting, camera shots, colour, purpose, styles, conventions and techniques. The music video lesson we did last week. Mise-en-scène, auteur theory, psychoanalysis, narrative and semiotics. You're being taught about all these different critical perspectives. So, for this first part of your visual analysis here, take at least 4 of those critical perspectives. So a bit of camera shots, a bit of mise-en-scène, a bit of auteur theory, and maybe you'll take a bit of, lighting. Now show me what you've learned in those lessons and apply it to 4 visual media examples. You choose the 4 visual media examples. Might be the Joker movie, Kanye West's Runaway music video, a cinematic scene from Grand Theft Auto 4, and maybe the 4th one will be a scene from a sitcom you're into, like Friends maybe. Take 4 visual examples and apply those theories to those 4 examples. Attach them, show me that they actually have gone into your long-term memory and you can actually apply that knowledge now. Rather than just copying up your notes and putting it there, which is not learning at all. I need you to take those at least 4 critical perspectives you choose and apply them to 4 examples. That's it. I want you to do that for me. Show me you've learned. I can help you with that, of course, in lessons and in blended learning in particular. Second part, explain how this knowledge of critical perspectives, so the lessons on lighting, lessons on camera shots, lessons on mise-en-scène, lesson on different music video types that we did. Tell me about how all of that knowledge and understanding you built up applies to your actual visual projects you're going to be making. So, for this bit, you need to be telling me what you're going to extract and take from that learning, from those lectures, from those experiences, playing around with the Lotus Flower parody and making the music video in class the other day and directing the scene in class that you're going to be doing, and all those different experiences and lessons and lectures. How you're going to take information from that and then apply it into your project. Have you learned about mise-en-scène and how to use set design, location, lighting and costume well? And that's going to help your project, and tell me how you would do that. Have you learned about how to use camera movements and shots from the Edgar Wright lesson we're going to be doing, and how that's going to help you to keep the audience engaged and to use pace in a more meaningful way to keep the audience focused on what you're doing? Are you going to be telling me about how lighting can be used to signify different meanings and effects in an audience's mind? Apply the lessons to your project. How does it relate? Okay? Extract information from the lessons and apply it to your idea. The third part is this. Look at contexts. So the context within which your examples are situated. Discuss these contexts. So, you've chosen your 4 visual media examples. Tell me where and when and by whom they were made. You can go further and tell me how these contexts shaped the way they were created. So, for example, Todd Phillips' Joker was created in 2018 and 2019 at a time of political upheaval, awareness about mental health, services collapsing, in a culture and a time where America's political structures are all over the place, people distrusting the system, the rise of social media, increasing anger and frustration amongst white males in particular, and the political landscape. The movie Joker comes along in that context, that place, time, and by a white middle-aged man. Context is all. Context shapes and creates media. Tell me about the contexts of the 4 visual media examples you are looking into. Tell me about how context can change the perception of work, the way it's received by an audience. This is high-level thinking. Tell me how these contexts shape the way your visual media examples were created and how this changes the perspectives of audiences. I saw that Joker movie in an audience on a Tuesday night after the 3rd week of it coming out. It felt electric in the theatre I watched it in. Afterwards, you could feel something in the air, this connection with that character. It tapped into something true, that movie did. As the box office shows, over $1 billion at the time of speaking. Context. Tell me about the context of your visual media examples. Does that change anything? The last point of your visual analysis is I want you to complete your work by showing an understanding of how contexts can help you in your own development when creating work for an audience. So here, discuss why, where, when, and by whom your visual project is created. And how does that change it? How does that affect it? How does that impact it? Does context matter? The audiences all receive media the same way. So here I'm asking you to answer this question here in particular. Does context actually matter at all? Does it actually matter? Where and why and when and by whom something is created? Does it change the actual project? Your anxieties, fears, jealousies, interests, perspectives, time, place, does that shape the sort of thing you're going to be creating? How? Tell me about context here. Again, high-level thinking skills. The assignment walkthrough is there for you. Contact me on Hangouts as well. I'm going to be discussing in class cultural and ethical perspectives, social perspectives, and professional context as well to give you a bit more information about this. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts to this analysis. Give it the time, attention, love it deserves, and speak to me in class if you're unsure about anything at all, okay? Also, work hard, like old Harrison Skinner here, looking at the template on a Sunday evening. Good lad. Focus. Put in the time and effort it deserves. If you don't study greatness, how are you going to learn how to become great? Study 4 great visual media examples, okay? Good luck.